Hello and welcome to Fellowship of Geeks.
I'm Diane.
And I'm still Jim, and it's still the holiday season.
I'll be honest right now, if one more person asks me if I'm prepared and ready for Christmas, I might have to lose it on them.
I feel the exact same way, but I always feel that way about Christmas.
Right. Like, it's not unusual for you, so I don't think that counts.
Humbuggedness.
I do feel like we very much, like, I have the Christmas princess crown,
The Christmas queen.
the bah humbug and the Grinch shirt.
Rocking it out. Merry Christmas, y'all.
It's very possible our outfits kind of convey what we think about this season.
Maybe just a little. Maybe just a little. Our love of the season in general. But one of the things we do share a fondness for is Christmas movies.
Do you think that's because we like movies?
I think it's because we like movies. We grew up in the dark and, had many of those first coming of age experiences in and around movies and grew up with movies, and we're always part of our life. We're always part of the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we have, I grew up, it's like, there was no put a VCR in until I was, probably in high school. I was late junior high when we got a VCR and could go to Big Time Video or whatever it was.
I'm not sure as a child I remember movies being as big a deal with the holidays. Like there was the sit down and watch the Rudolph and the broadcast shows, but those are fairly short.
Right.
There was lots of that. A family that we did Thanksgiving with, it was always a go watch a movie on Thanksgiving. So we would do that. But I think kind of movie traditions, like I was unaware of 24-hour of A Christmas Story until you and I were together. Well,
to be fair, that came about, when they were just desperate for programming on all the Turner stations. True. And TNT's like, hey, let's do this for 24 hours straight since we own the rights to show it. So that became a thing and was a fun tradition. I don't know if they still do. It's been years since we had cable and weren't streaming and didn't have. And I feel like we have 2 copies of A Christmas Story actually on DVD.
Last time I saw it or heard it, I feel like it wasn't the full 24 hours anymore.
Jip.
Mm-hmm.
That's a jip. Because the nice thing was you could turn it on at any time in that 24-hour period.
Right.
And you were good to go, and you probably saw the same part over and over again.
Or you could watch 2 scenes and move on to the thing you were doing and turn it back on in 2 hours and watch 2 different scenes. I enjoyed and appreciated that part.
But I don't remember any other, even when they were broadcast movies as a kid, A Miracle on 34th Street's on, or A Wonderful Life's on. I
do think I remember the Wonderful Life one.
And I remember it was usually sometime around Thanksgiving, as I recall, was Wizard of Oz was usually on TV.
Yes.
And I think we've talked about this, we're going to get into it here in a moment, associating that with Christmas or as a movie. And so, but I think as, once we had, on-demand technology for what it was with VCRs and later DVDs and Blu-rays and all the other wonders of streaming now, having the ability to have those at any time, and it's gotten so fragmented, which is a whole different topic about where can I go? Oh, Apple's going to let us go watch broadcast Charlie Brown's Christmas or Thanksgiving for this 24-hour period or on this night or whatever. It's like, come on.
You're right. We will hold the conversation about who owns copies of for viewing pleasure for another day. But yes, watching some of those on network television was very, very traditional.
That was must-see TV, or had that ABC, special spin in, or
right.
It was like, oh, Disney on NBC, yeah, let's go.
And you would clear a night and sit and do that. Now it's like, do we have a free night, or we have a free night? Do we put something on?
Right. What night are we going to get that? Because I own the media on that. I'm like, I'm not handcuffed to Apple, so I can watch Charlie Brown or the Good Grinch movie, not any of the other iterations of them. No judgment. But one of the topics that always comes up this time of year, and it seems like it started really early this time. I mean, people were talking about it in October. Is this is a Christmas movie, or that's not a Christmas movie? Well, if this is a Christmas movie, then this is a Christmas movie, and somebody else would chime in and be like, well, then this is because. And so my question for you today is, what makes a Christmas movie a Christmas movie?
And see, I was going to phrase it a little different. Is it a Christmas movie just because it takes place at Christmas?
That's a great question, and I think where it's kind of gone down the rabbit hole is, yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But then everybody who likes the Lethal Weapon series better than the Die Hard series,
I was just going to say Lethal Weapon,
says, oh, but Lethal Weapon's a Christmas movie. And I'm like, okay,
I disagree.
It takes place at Christmas, and they have like the little vignettes because they have the Mr. Magoo Scrooge in the one scene where Martin Riggs is thinking about killing himself one of the 7 times in the movie. Yes, they have the big fight scene at the end, and all the Christmas lights and everything in LA without the snow. And the car goes through the house, and spoiler alert! Sorry if you haven't seen Lethal Weapon.
And actually,
and knocks over the tree.
A couple of them in that series take place at Christmas time.
And when Hunsicker gets assassinated, he's drinking eggnog, and Mr. Joshua shoots him through the eggnog. And somebody said that's proof it's a Christmas movie. I saw
Doesn't
some
the
meme.
third one with the Han family take place at Christmas time?
I don't think so, but it's hard to tell because they're based in LA,
it's
and
LA, so it always looks the same,
sunny and slightly smoggy.
I would agree. Then, I think at its heart, that's a buddy cop movie.
Right.
And so while it takes place at Christmas, at its heart, it's a buddy cop movie.
It doesn't have some of those other themes that you can argue that some of the other, it's not, it's not A Christmas Story or the Griswold Family, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Like, Christmas is not, it's not Christmas with the Cranks. It's not How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So it's not the Santa Claus.
I think, again, though, by the same definition, there are a number of Hallmark movies. There are a number of Hallmark Christmas movies that are really just rom-coms that take place at Christmas time.
Around Christmas, so you can have all that thing. It's like, boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy fights to get girl back. Oh my gosh, it's Christmas, and yay.
So for me, part of what makes something a Christmas movie is kind of the redemption part of the story.
Okay, so and I'm gonna ask you the question.
Okay.
How does redemption tie in with the birth of Christ?
Well, do you want the?
I don't want.
What answer do you want?
I don't want to get. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole and get into the theology of it.
Because it's the best gift that was given, and so that's where it ties in.
So, but I hear a lot. I hear that argument made a lot for Die Hard. Oh well, it's a family trying to be together. I'm like, well, okay. And I hear that argument made sometimes for Home Alone too, and I'm like, okay, is that enough? How do you tie that back to Christmas? And not like the secular, hey, let's give gifts and put on decorations.
And I think a lot of Christmas movies fall somewhere in the middle. There are a number that are purely secular. There are much fewer that echo the story of what Christ has brought us, and hence the redemption, and hence the Christ of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them fall somewhere kind of in the middle. It is a secular view of Christmas that also has a redemption. It's just the redemption's not brought to you by Christ in the story.
Right. But again, you could point to that allegory and say, oh, this is, and it happens at the Christmas season, so therefore it is a Christmas movie. And I don't know that we're gonna break it down to give it a 55 like they used to on American Bandstand. Oh, it's got a good beat and you can dance to it. I don't know there is a perfect definitive answer, and there's always going to be people that are going to argue one way or the other. And,
sure.
And I'm tied particularly to that argument because I love Die Hard so much, and I think it is a Christmas movie and can make a lot of good arguments. They're not perfect that it is a Christmas movie. And I struggle a little more. As much as I enjoy Lethal Weapon and as good a movie, I'm like, okay, there's some pieces, but they don't all come together as tightly as Die Hard does. No. Or even you can make an argument about some of the things in Home Alone, how Home Alone is truly a Christmas movie because of this, that, and the other. And if whether it's a metaphor, an allegory referring to Christ, redemption of the world, whatever, they have those pieces, and I don't know all those fall into place in Lethal Weapon, and then you have the people that take it to the illogical extreme, and they're like, oh, the one scene in Rambo when he's brought into the the police station,
which is a
and
new
there's the little
argument.
yeah, right. And
I've
so,
never heard that one before this season. I'm like, I'm not sure I could have told you there's a Christmas tree in the background of a Rambo scene.
It's about that long. It's not like the town's all decorated. It's not like Rambo takes over the Christmas tree.
And opposite of Die
stand or
Hard,
something.
he's in a town that kind of looks like that 9 months out of a year.
Right.
So is the fact that it's kind of snowy any sign of
It's
anything?
cold, alpine kind of look. Yeah, it's Christmas. And so I don't know if people are like, oh, I want to make Rambo a Christmas movie because it makes me feel warm and fuzzy and reminds me of Mom and Rudolph and Frosty, or because they're like, well, screw you. If you're going to say Die Hard's a Christmas movie, I'm going to say Rambo's a Christmas movie because, look, they had a little mini Christmas tree on somebody's desk.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I reject your argument and put my reality back into place there.
I also think, though, if you're trying to define Christmas movies as too narrow a redemptive story, then the same group of people that we know who do not participate in Santa Claus
Right.
will then dispute every one of those.
So the Santa Claus and its innumerable sequels are all right out the window.
Not only are those out the window, but to be honest, so is Home Alone. And so is a number of other films that take place at Christmas time. But that's a group of people that the allegory's got to be a lot more clear for them to see that redemptive story. Like, it's not really a redemptive story for them
It almost
unless
has
the
to be
redemption
paint by
comes
numbers
from
they can't
Christ.
look at that unless they're saying,
Yes.
oh, you didn't say the word, so I can't send you back.
Right. Another great movie reference, Jim. Well done.
Thank you. Trying to weave
Bonus
these in there.
points for anyone who
So
names
you
it
can-
in the
you can
comments.
Pick those up. By the way, not a Christmas movie.
Not a Christmas
Don't even know they have
movie.
Christmas in that.
I'm not
that
even sure
word
there's a
world.
redemption in that story somewhere.
Oh, come on. give me some sugar, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. No love there.
But I do. I think, as we've named some of these, that coming back from one style of personality that you're presenting of yourself and understanding the transformative power of Christmas as a time and a season, and how much of it is about the giving and is about where your heart lies and what your heart is doing and how it's viewing the world, and having that shift to the end of a film, I feel like is a good portion of what makes it a Christmas movie to me.
Right.
Right.
and-
Which is probably why, It's a Wonderful Life seems to take place much closer to New Year's than it does Christmas, to be perfectly honest. They have a Christmas tree up.
And A Wonderful Life is such a depressing slog. The first
So I recently rewatched it and forgot that like the first 2/3 of it
is just a brutal beatdown of Murphy's Law gone awry.
like it's just his life for 2/3 of it, and then you get to Clarence showing him around and telling him what would have been different and why it's a good thing he's there. I forget about the 2/3,
where it's
which goes
just-
on for like an hour and a half.
and it goes on forever, and you're so depressed by the time you get to the redemption part. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm gonna go.
Can
join
I
him on
just
the
ring the
bridge.
bell?
Right.
I mean,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that one, and I'm like, I have trouble watching this. Like, oh, but it's such a great story. Well, it has a great ending. The story to get to it is kind of a beatdown, and I'm like, that I would never watch that at Christmas because Christmas is depressing enough.
Right. Christmas is joyful.
Just kidding, mostly.
All right, so talk about some specifics. Pick a film.
So the
Tell me what
obvious
you love.
one, Die Hard, is definitely there. I mean, it's not only is it my favorite movie, it's also my favorite Christmas movie. And you can make, and I don't care what Bruce Willis says, oh, it's not a Christmas movie. I'm like, were you being coy? Were you being smart? Were you trying to get a rise out of
Right.
people? are you invested in a movie you made decades ago that there's, I don't know, controversy, debate over? And everybody's like, well, Bruce Willis said it's not. John McTiernan said it's not. I'm like, John McTiernan did not come out and say as quite as clearly. And Bruce Willis, as I recall, said it like a roast.
Here's what I will also say. Being able to look back on films now.
The films that made us, right?
Right? Learning from the films that made us, that they were writing that film on the fly. There was no theme in when they were writing it at all, to be perfectly honest. So what's wrong with allowing people, it's not a buddy cop movie, it's not a rom-com, it's not a romance, it's an action film, but is that enough to carry what's wrong with calling it also an action Christmas film?
It's rated R. They say the F word. People get killed, Diane. How can that be a Christmas movie? Oh my gosh. It's not a nice movie, as my mother would say.
I have quotes from The Ref going through my head at the moment. All right, go ahead.
A completely different, not nice movie. But I mean, it has the only music in it is Christmas music.
That's true.
From beginning to end.
That's true.
They refer to Christmas over and over again. It takes place on Christmas Eve. There is that, redemption, coming back together, family theme that is woven all the way through it. And knowing, as they're, you see it in the films that made us or whatever we watched, and that the making of Die Hard is like, oh my gosh, they had no idea, but it redefined the action genre as well. And you saw all the spin-offs of Die Hard on they Speed, Die Hard on a bus, not a Christmas movie.
Not a Christmas movie.
Under Siege, Die Hard on a boat, not a Christmas movie.
And I think we'll get to it here in the next film or two. It also has very little to do with when it was released.
Right, and it was a summer almost tentpole movie.
Right? Die Hard 2 was definitely a summer film. It takes place during the winter.
Right. That's a Christmas. It's a Christmas one. Yeah, because they're trying to get home for maybe Thanksgiving, as I recall.
Okay.
Third one's not. It's middle of July.
So,
hot town summer in the city.
Not necessarily when it's released, although sometimes it's a Christmas movie just because it was released near Christmas.
For example,
it took me a long time to realize that we, as a society, tend to watch The Wizard of Oz at Christmas time because, as the other great film, A Christmas Story, reminds us, it was released at Christmas time.
And it was a cultural icon. I mean, it blew everything else out of the water from production values. I mean, it was again a genre change where everybody's like, oh, you can do this?
Right.
Wow.
Does it have a redemption story to it?
Wicked might have an argument to make against that. Just saying.
But I think you find from the characters at the beginning to the character at the end, lots of those characters have a change of heart in how they view the world.
And I think of it more in the through the frame of you mentioned Wonderful Life. Would it matter if I wasn't here anymore? Right. Kind of point of view. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because none of these people like me. They're all mean to me. And to some extent, that you can draw lines to that on Home Alone. Mm-hmm. Having just watched that a couple times recently at events. And would anyone care or matter or miss me, or would the world be different without me? And I think you see in both those films that is kind of played out.
Agreed. Now, I had a controversial hot take today on Home Alone. I give a lot less credit to Mom in Home Alone. I understand that halfway across the ocean and when she lands in Paris, she works really hard to get home to her poor kid that she forgot. I struggle with the fact that at no point did she notice head count, eyeball count, the kid who seems to cause a lot of trouble is missing.
Things are too quiet. Things are going too well. Something must be wrong.
Right? And so I have a hard time giving her too much credit for making her way back home to get Kevin when she's the one who forgot him. I don't care who else did the head count.
Dad
I don't
doesn't
care
have any
what else.
responsibility.
It is very clear in that the dad has zero responsibilities at home. That film makes it very clear. Dad has little responsibilities at home.
It's nice to see a movie that doesn't make the dad out to be a bumbling oaf. He's just busy working and, bringing home the big dollars so they can all go to Paris for Christmas or something.
That his brother paid for it. Like, he didn't even pay for the trip.
Yeah, I can't
I don't know.
reconcile that. Although I do
mean,
want
he
to
had
know
to
what he
make
did.
big money
Because
to
look at
live
that
in that
house.
house.
Daggone. Yeah,
Right.
let's go. Oh my God. I erred in life. Well, let me counterpoint you then. How many kids do you have?
I have one that I have to keep track of, which is sometimes a challenge.
Right. So to be fair, she had a lot on her plate.
She did, but as a child who was forgotten at places and left before, perhaps I have some personal issues on why I don't give her a lot of credit.
As the oldest sibling of a larger family, certainly than ours, did you always make sure that your younger siblings were accounted for?
I gotta have a story.
Here we go.
I'm fairly certain had we gotten in the car, I'd recognize somebody was missing. Now, I also spend a lot of time doing head counts of kids when we do events. When we're with cousins and nephews, like head counts. Do we have, how many are we supposed to have? Do we have everybody? How many are we supposed to have? Do we have everybody?
You name it.
Right? That is a big deal. Now, is that a big deal in my personality? Because that was an issue at one time? I don't know. My mother drove us all on a field trip one time. And in the Wayback Machine, that I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations is well over, we would put more people in the Toyota minivan than there were seats for. And I would frequently sit on the floor when we drove places.
We're going to have our little Netflix disclaimer, traffic laws were broken in the making of this video.
In kind of, I can't remember Mom's name in Home Alone. In kind of a Miss McAllister feel, she got everybody out of the car, and we all got out of the car at the field trip and closed all the doors and realized my brother was still in the car seat, locked in the car now.
Starting to understand some things about your family now. This is all coming together.
She sent us on our way with another chaperone, and she waited for, at the time you could get like parking lot security had a Slim Jim and like unlocked the car and it was all good. But she may have had the car running at the time too. Like there were multiple failures there.
At least he wasn't going to get, overheated and get brain damage.
Right. So I don't know. I do lots of double checking the counts, even if they were in a giant rush, because someone has made the complaint to me. They lost power. They were in a giant rush. Everybody's running to get on the airplane. Great. You stand at the gate and you do a head count again. Like even if you didn't do it in the two cars on the way there, you're standing at the gate and you count heads as they go in. Are you telling me she got on the plane and went to her first class seat without making sure all 11 kids were buckled in?
According to the movie, yes.
What kind of mom is this? All right.
Man,
that's my rant.
Little judgment there, Sarah. So much for the judgment-free zone at the fellowship.
We do not listen and not judge. We this is not that kind of show.
Hot take there.
I'm finding myself very spinny in my chair today, though, which I'm not normal. So
is it a holiday thing?
Maybe it's a holiday thing.
It's the holiday spinnies. Whoop-dee-doo.
All right, so what have we done? Die Hard,
Home Alone.
Home Alone. We've talked a lot about A Christmas Story.
A lot about A Christmas Story, which it's a Christmas story.
It is kind of a secular Christmas story, though. I mean,
yeah,
I don't.
They don't manage to show up at church. No one sings carols.
It is a memoir story too, right?
So you're saying when you have those fuzzy, warm memories, you don't think about sitting in the hot, stuffy church at the candlelight service with everybody hacking on each other?
I'm not sure I'm expecting Ralphie to have as big a transformation and redemptive story. He is giving a memory of a childhood he experienced, right? So that is a difference. And I do think that we see lots of joy that he experienced. We see all the angst kids go through, both at school and about gifts. And did I tell the right people in the right way to get the thing I wanted? We get to see the joy on Dad's face with that surprise gift at the end. That right. So
I had one as a kid.
Very iconic. I'm curious, as we watch Home Alone age and we watch a new generation who maybe can't figure out how they're getting through without spending an hour at TSA onto this airplane. Right.
Or they have those paper tickets that got, soaked in
What
Pepsi
is that?
or whatever.
Why didn't she just text him and tell him she was coming home, right?
Couldn't she just look on her Delta app and
send him some Venmo to get some groceries? Okay.
DoorDash him some dinner.
So if that maybe doesn't translate as much, does the society and the timeline that Christmas Story came from, does it translate as well?
I mean, your talk boy is all contained in your cell phone now. So
I mean, if the kids refer to 1990 as the 1900s, what do they refer to 1950 as?
it might as well be the Dark Ages,
right?
Are they still using leeches then? I mean, come on. What is this, the Spanish Inquisition?
I mean, she uses a wall phone, a landline, to call the other mom. Does that resonate with the... Is it so old that it's now a piece they're studying in school, and so it makes perfect sense, and they understand, oh yeah, that was olden times, I get that.
So you're saying the white courtesy phone and the red courtesy phone and airplane doesn't play anymore? Or all the reporters run into the bank of phones?
Do hotels even have courtesy phones anymore?
I don't think so. I mean,
that's a good question.
Because he goes and he makes there's the bank of phones
right.
In Die Hard 2 at the airport. Yeah.
Okay.
Not
to get distracted. Sorry.
That's right. Going our way back machines there.
But I do. I appreciate A Christmas Story. I like A Christmas Story a lot. I think it brings the joy and the angst of childhood at the holiday season right to the top. And Is it as redemptive? I don't know.
It's an interesting, unfiltered look at your parents.
Right.
And the differences they have and seeing them in that longer view.
As you get older, do you recognize more of that?
Do I recognize more of that in my parents?
Oh, or in the film? I mean, just as we become older parents, do you recognize in those scenes, you're like, oh man, I know exactly what his day was like?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, the relationship you have with your kids, even though you're their parent, mom and dad are different. Mom and dad have different quirks. Mom and dad are like, oh, I had one as a boy. Oh, a little sip of wine's not going to kill him. And mom's, losing her mind that he's going to have a sip of the wine or whatever.
But she slipped him his glasses so he doesn't get in trouble with dad. And
he beats the other kid up. And he's like, hey, it's all cool. Yeah,
Ralphie
got in a fight. It's all good. No worries. Like, he's beating the crap out of a bigger kid. I'm like, I mean, again, that kid was bullying my kid, and come to find out, I'm like, yes, that's what I told you. Don't start it, but you finish it, son. So it is interesting to see those that, looking through it from that lens and having that different view of your parents with time. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I ever thought my parents were complete idiots, but I surely didn't think they had as many answers as they did.
Right.
So
I think that's true.
All right. So Christmas Story definitely gets the check there.
Oh, definitely.
What about Jingle All the Way?
Jingle All the Way.
Again, a movie that was a Thanksgiving movie, as I recall.
Okay.
Because I snuck into I worked there, but we had a capacity trade screening of it, and radio or whatever had it, and we snuck and grabbed the last two seats there were in the auditorium. But it was approaching the Thanksgiving holiday. I think it opened that next weekend.
So I feel like a small asterisk. Christmas movies, and you said, well, it came out at Thanksgiving. Well, to be honest, back then, all the Christmas movies came out at Thanksgiving, so that they had the whole month to play, and they would play for the month. The cycle of movies is very different right now.
Maybe it's on streaming by now, stuff that came out at Thanksgiving.
Right. So, yes. This is the first one I'm going to say. There are movies we watch because they're traditional to watch in this season.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a little bit about that, like It's a Wonderful Life.
Right.
You watch it because this is the season. Nobody watches it at Easter. Although it's just as, I mean, it would be just as valuable at Easter.
Like, go see it, check the box, and move on with your filmography.
Right. So Jingle All the Way. I like Christmas movies, so I like lots of Christmas movies. I like Jingle All the Way. I think you do see the redemption and the turnaround in the personality of Arnold Schwarzenegger through that. And you see him really come from that, yeah, I'm a parent, but I work and, it's all going to be okay. Yep, I miss a few things. To understanding really how much kids count on their parents being at events and recognizing, hey, this was really important to me. Which I think as a parent is hard to do sometimes, to distinguish which of the plethora of things you're in is really important to you and is important for me to be at.
And I think the son through the movie realizes, hey, Dad might have a lot on his plate and I have a lot, and I have a lot of opportunities, and I'm not missing any meals. And where you look at Sinbad's kid, I don't know if things are quite as good in their household. Yeah, maybe Dad's not there because he's busy delivering all those holiday packages that might or might not blow up. But is everything else as good as the your biggest worry is missing the purple belt for karate, or the neighbor scamming on all the moms in the neighborhood. That's
right. And I think that's very evident because even before he comes to the conclusion of, well, I'll share the toy with you, he reflects back and he goes, the last thing I said, he's not here because I yelled at him and I was angry with him. And I should have recognized earlier that wasn't fair or wasn't the right way to express that. This is, again, one of those, I wonder how it'll play going forward, because soft parenting and teaching kids how to express when they're angry and what to do with that is going to change that dynamic considerably. But I think the movie still plays and everybody still understands those feelings of being frustrated and yelling at a parent and coming back and saying,
except for when you got forgotten.
I didn't yell at her.
That time.
There were some very passive aggressive moments going on, but there's only so many times you can be the last kid at the after school activity and they go, would you like to call home again and see if someone's coming?
Well, you've been the adult where waiting for that same last kid over and over again at things, and you're like, come on. And those were.
I try and have a lot of grace because I've been that kid, man.
I don't know for the kids certainly, and the grace for the parents has diminishing returns.
Yes,
more often.
The
than
more
not.
times it happens, the less.
The thinner that ice gets. Yeah. So while Jingle All the Way is not one of our must sees at the holiday,
agreed.
It's nice to work that one in. And again, just have a it was a fun time. I remember running that one in the theater.
Yes.
And having it, and it did well, and was a quirky kind of out of the box Schwarzenegger movie, and nice to see Sinbad get a little work. So you mentioned The Ref earlier.
I did.
A about as far from a nice Christmas. I mean, it's not Silent Night, Deadly Night, or anything, or Bad
Violent
Santa,
Night.
Violent Night, but or what was the Reindeer Games, that awful Ben Affleck movie? Good Lord! So it wasn't,
which is not a Christmas movie.
Not a Christmas.
It might take place at Christmas.
Yeah, that one was horrible. So what about The Ref? Is it a Christmas movie?
So in our house, clearly I love Christmas, and I will sit and watch Christmas movies all season long.
It's a good thing all the streaming services have their own version of the Hallmark movies that you can
It is, but
watch.
In years past, like before streaming, I just watched the DVDs of Christmas movies we had, and I would watch those. Especially because I have a craft that takes a lot of time in December. And so I would just...
A Christmas craft, not some
stay
other
and
craft.
do the Christmas craft with the movie on. And so we also don't wrap gifts until the 24th.
Yes, there's
That's a
something
very
wrong with us.
traditional thing for
Yes.
us. The tree will be up. Gifts don't get wrapped till the 24th. They only appear under the tree Christmas morning. That's the
And-
only time gifts appear under
And
a
back
tree.
in the day, until we got that, Christmas check or bonus or, concession commission. there
Say
wasn't a
hi,
whole
all
lot
my
of
retail
Christmas.
folks. Right. So you do your Christmas. You got your Christmas bonus on the 23rd or 24th. You do your Christmas shopping on the 24th. You wrap your gifts. By the time we get done wrapping, might sometimes be done.
Yeah. So you need that relief valve.
So we fell into some more irreverent Christmas films at that point. We watch Die Hard a lot while we wrap gifts, and then we watch The Ref.
And now that the little guy is not quite so little and can handle the
I'm
the
grateful not to have
niceness
to
of
stay
Die
up
Hard,
quite
yes.
as late.
he can share Die Hard with us while we have our Chinese food.
That's right. So The Ref. I love The Ref as a Christmas film, probably because it's a little irreverent. It's not,
If
it's
you've
not White
if you've
Christmas.
not seen it, we don't want to spoil too much of it, but it is Dennis Leary's best movie.
I will go with that.
Because he has the starring role. He's really good in Demolition Man, but
He is really
it is
good.
such a small role.
Yes.
I would have to say The Ref is his best movie.
So, couple in the middle of deciding whether they're getting divorced or not. His family's coming in town, and Dennis Leary is trying to escape a botched robbery and ends up taking everybody kind of hostage at their house. And so, shenanigans ensue. But again, in terms of if a Christmas movie is a redemption story, there are a number of characters in this one that
Indeed.
have redemptive
Absolutely.
stories to them. Now, does Dennis Leary throw in the towel and decide he's never going to rob anybody ever again?
Put the cuffs on me and take me away. I'm sorry, and I want to pay my debt to society.
Maybe not. But there is a better understanding about what life is about what the season's about what family's about, that happens to, again, a number of those characters. And I think watching that arc and watching a family pull together really is part of what makes that such a good Christmas film for me. And I'm ready for something slightly more irreverent at that point in
Absolutely.
my life, in my season. So it's nice to see people being it's very real.
It
No
is
one's all
very-
polished.
It's very real.
Very real.
The sister-in-law, Kevin Spacey's sister-in-law, I forget the actress name. She is about as real as you get. And just some of her comments and the way
Yes.
she does not soft parent her children.
She's not soft parent her children. All I kept thinking
She does
about
not soft parent her husband.
earlier was maybe they'll arrest him and let him go. And why would they do that? Because it's Christmas.
Right. You should go to prison and die or something like that's the line. Like it's very, very,
Baranski.
very
Is it
harsh.
Baranski?
Yes, it's Christine Baranski.
There we go.
Yeah, she's great. The mom is great. Kevin Spacey, it was before Kevin Spacey was really known.
Yes.
And so he plays a really good role there. But yeah, I mean, it's Dennis Leary's film. He just chews up the screen the entire time, and it is everything you would expect from Dennis Leary. It's not quite a 2-hour film. It's a little under that. So it's nice, but it's if you've not seen it, come let us know. We have 2 copies. Maybe you can have our second copy.
If you still have a device that'll play a DVD.
So if you still have something to play basic old DVD, let us know. And we'll send you out our second copy. Because you got to have 2 copies.
That's
of
right. That's
movies.
what the winner who gets the quote from earlier.
That's right.
can
There you
get
go.
the copy.
You got that one. Be sure you get the words right so you get your free DVD. All right. So The Ref definitely is. It is not one that you would want to, maybe watch with your parents, and certainly not with your younger children.
Right.
But your older children is like, oh, this is how life really is. Welcome to the party, pal.
So completely on the other side, because I mentioned it, White Christmas,
I'm dreaming.
which is actually from Holiday Inn, but they sing it again in White Christmas.
It's a good thing they managed to sneak the title song in with the title of the movie. I always like when they have that synergy going on there.
Have
Not
you
like, hey, some throwaway, like, oh, we're gonna put it in the credits, and I'm like, no.
Right.
What are you doing here?
have you ever seen A White Christmas?
Sat down and intentionally watched it from beginning to end.
Right.
That would be no.
So I did
'Cause-
try this year.
I'm a boy.
I tried to pitch it as a war movie this year. Because really, it's
you have-
two old war buddies trying to rescue the inn that their former captain owns.
White Christmas or Holiday Inn?
White Christmas.
Well, what the heck happens in Holiday Inn?
I don't know. I'm not sure I've seen that one.
Well, alrighty then. So
It's
back
not
to
a
White
Christmas
Christmas.
movie.
again. It's not. It's about holidays and inns and
Something.
If you stayed at
White
Holiday Inn
Christmas.
Express last night, you would have known.
So.
A war movie. These buddies are trying to save their parents'
No,
inn.
they're old commanders.
They're old commanders.
Yeah.
Cappy Roberts retired out here. We gotta help him save the inn.
Exactly. Exactly.
Pomona.
And again, not to spoil it for you, they then, they get
Do they save the inn, Diane?
they get all their army buddies to come to the inn.
And pay full price, of course.
Of course.
No discounts here. Trying to save the inn, not give the place away. I'm sorry. Did I make fun of
I
your
might
war
make
movie?
you have to watch this one.
Oh.
Listen, I'm not going to make you I Was a Male War Bride. I'm not going to make you watch I Was a Male War Bride, which I love. It's hysterical. I like that one.
I'm sure it's must see. So completely
I
destroyed.
don't
the
think
fourth
you're
wall.
a golden age of Hollywood kind of guy either.
I have seen enough Golden Age of Hollywood to, in my study and appreciation of film, to realize that I don't appreciate those. but to get where film came from to get where it is that I truly love.
Right. Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye.
Now, are we talking about
Rosemary
the
Clooney.
golden
I
age
mean,
of Hollywood, or are we talking about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Wow. You can't get that joke unless you've seen White Christmas.
I think if you have any sort of cultural reference or knowledge, or you'd be like, oh yeah, Danny Kaye, tap dance, yep, sure, got it, cool.
I think if you have any social awareness and were born in a year that starts with 19. I'm
Oh,
not
you're gonna let
sure.
those 99ers in? I don't know letting that happen.
I'm not sure that those 2000 kids would necessarily get that.
I mean, that movie would be 20 plus years old to them
Right.
at their birth, which is going on 40 some odd years old now. I need a minute. All right, good. I'm better. That's good. Yeah.
And I think sometimes kids are okay to just have stuff go over their heads. They don't care that they don't get the reference.
Right.
It fit in the scene of the film and was funny in the film, whether they get the specific reference or not.
And it's followed by an F-bomb, so I mean, of course they're laughing.
Christmas Vacation, personally, the best vacation film.
Oh, wow.
I really do believe that.
Better than the original?
Better than the original.
Wow. Now, I mean, it is probably one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I mean, I was literally on the floor in the theater laughing. We were laughing so hard when my buddy and I went and saw that. Just cracking up. There were a couple different times where we were literally falling on the floor laughing.
There are some
hard.
super funny scenes.
There are certain tremendously, but oh
know.
man, Vacation, such an icon. All right, hot
I mean,
take.
if nothing else, we quote Christmas Vacation more often than we quote Vacation.
We do, to be fair. We've probably seen it more, and we've seen it more uncut, because I remember the first few times I saw Vacation was edited for TV.
Yes.
The first time I saw it unedited, I was like, well, this is a whole different
There's
movie.
a whole different conversation on
A bunch of stuff.
exposing your children to what you've been watching as edited television.
But enough about Caddyshack.
I think Christmas Vacation is one that we will probably watch several times over the season because it's a little like Christmas Story. You
It's that
can watch
warm-up
parts
one,
of
yep.
it and come in and out. I was shocked this year. We were out and it was on the television at the hotel we were at, and we were falling asleep. And you and I were both just like
quoting it
3 lines ahead of what they were saying, with both of us with our eyes closed,
dozing off.
But we know it well enough to just keep going. Yeah, it's one that certainly has seeped into not just our lexicon in our family, but
yes, it is definitely
bones,
an iconic film, and that's one it's like, oh, that's a must see. So the last one, and it doesn't have Christmas in the title, and it's a modern, even though it's going on 40 years old now, retelling of A Christmas Carol. What about Scrooged?
One of the better retell. Like, I really like how they retell it. Recently, someone's pointed out that the Muppets have one of the best
is really well
to
done.
The text.
Yes, is really well done.
Tellings of it, but I really like the Scrooged version of A Christmas Story.
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. Thank you.
He doesn't get.
Getting all
He
mixed
starts
up
out
now.
with 38. He doesn't have to wait till the end of the movie.
Again, it's the full redemption of
it is a very
Mr.
full
Claus.
circle. Yeah. Something with which you were nailed to.
and it's got a little bit of that Groundhog Day feel to it, where you get to follow the characters and see what happens and what doesn't happen and what's going to happen next. And it has a little bit of that type of feel in how it takes him through the scenes of his life and comes in and out of those. Yeah.
But I mean, that opening, it's not nice. I mean, that one old lady, she died seeing the commercial.
That's what I want. More of that. Put a disclaimer on it.
The night the reindeer died. That's such a great scene.
That is a great scene. That one's a lot of fun. It is. And it, part of what's fun probably for us with that is how much it pokes fun at television and movies and the coordination and the styling and what's advertised
and
versus what you
and
get.
How it is, yeah.
Right.
Oh, the Great Father's going to breast the whole Zulu nation, and Mary Lee Retton is Tiny Tim, and you got some old fart on here reading a book.
And you got the corporate part of being corporate going on
Don't forget
one
the mice
side.
in there because studies show that cats and dogs are starting to watch TV now, and you know how much money goes into
Don't
pet
you
food
staple
industry?
that reindeer with that antler to his head?
I do no such thing. So I think at the end of the day, what makes a Christmas movie is very personal, and I think we can get a big basket and say, yes, these are these are questionable. You're really reaching because you're mad that somebody thinks Die Hard or Lethal Weapon
right.
or whatever is, or Home Alone is. But my favorite movie isn't, or I don't have a favorite Christmas movie or whatever.
Sure.
And I think that makes it fun that we can have those debates. I'm very serious, but I don't take it too serious that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. There are people that just sends them over the edge, and I'm like, I'm having fun with it. And
there are very few things about the entertainment industry that I want to take that seriously.
Right. And Lethal Weapon's a Christmas movie to you? Great. Lethal Weapon's a Christmas movie.
Great.
Huzzah. Enjoy it.
To make you happy and bring you joy.
Right.
It's a season of joy. I'm happy it brings you joy.
Right. As opposed to, It's a Wonderful Life. I just hope it's over.
I also enjoy a lot of years I will find a new one that, and I may never watch it again. Like, it may be like it came out this year. I watched it the one time. I'm all good.
And I feel that way about the Santa Claus. Like, I saw it, been there, done that.
Yeah. You
Tim
got
Allen
a real
was hot
thing
then.
against the Santa Claus.
It was just okay.
Okay.
Elf is a movie that I don't like the actor.
Right.
But the movie grows on me. It's got a heart. I like some of the in jokes and things like that. And
Okay.
so, while yes, it's not. It has not made into. It's not Christmas if I don't see these four movies.
Right.
But certainly is like, oh, we all want to watch Elf. Okay. I'm not gonna be like, oh gosh, no, I hate that movie. That one's awful.
Like I just watched one with Alicia Silverstone and Kate Hudson's brother.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay. It was a cute movie. This is how big an impression. Like I probably won't watch it again.
Right.
Not to bring down Prime, but their new Michelle Pfeiffer film,
Yeah.
not necessarily an uplifting story.
Ugh.
Yeah, there was a chunk of it that I was like, when do we get to the fun Christmas
Right.
part of this
I watch
film?
the news. I don't need to be brought down more.
On the flip side, I watched the Jonas Brothers one this year, and I am the wrong age for the Jonas Brothers. I don't think I could name you a Jonas Brothers song. I didn't watch them. I really enjoyed South Park's parodies of them. That's all I know of the Jonas Brothers. This was a really cute, really well done movie, and they used all their real family in it. I have asked twice if my son would like to watch that one with me, and so far the answer is no, but I would watch that one again because it was a cute movie.
You make a
And the
South Park
fast.
reference and no love for Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo.
What was I thinking?
Man, come on. So again, it's
I
very
do think it's
subjective.
very
It differs
personal.
and I think one of the fun things about it is it gives you something to debate. Oh, is this movie? Is this not? Let you talk about those movies you enjoy, and it's fun to see people get a little riled up because I enjoy debate and a little
Sure.
back and forth about why they think this makes this a Christmas movie. And it's like, okay, well, what are your must see Christmas movies over the holiday? And I had a work colleague today. We were talking about Die Hard, of course. And he's like, I don't like that movie and I don't watch too many movies. And I was like, oh, I thought we were going to be friends, but I guess that's not going to happen. I'm like, oh.
Well, now I'm curious, like, what does a movie have to entail for him to say, yes, I'll watch it
Yeah,
if he
like,
doesn't
wow.
watch that many movies?
Oh, yeah. So I was a
Because
little
listen,
taken
I
aback
have
by that.
watched more than my fair share
Oh,
of crappy
Garbage
movies.
ones, but enough about 8 Crazy Nights.
Love
Punch Drunk Love.
Punch Drunk Love.
That's not a Christmas movie.
No, but thinking of awful movies, I just,
Christmas with the Cranks.
I'll see, that one's kind of cute.
No. Fred
It's what-
Claus.
So some of those are if I'm in the house doing Christmas cleaning and Christmas baking and it just plays in the background. Like Christmas with the Cranks is a great one to just kind of have in the background because I don't need to watch that one necessarily. As opposed to I want to sit and watch A Christmas Story, or I want to sit and watch Vacation because I know it and it's comforting. And I think there's that level too. There are things that are just comforting. And in the hustle and bustle of the season, sometimes that's really comforting to just sit with the film you know that warms your heart and warms your cockles and brings you joy.
Even the subcockles.
Even the subcockles. And yeah, at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. Whether
It gives you the feels. So is that what makes a Christmas
Gives you
movie
the
a Christmas
feels.
movie?
I would like to say yes, but clearly I'm going to say K-pop Demon Hunters is not a Christmas movie. And it
gives
still
you the
gives me
feels.
all the feels. So there's got to be more to it than just that.
Okay. So, what makes a Christmas movie to you? We would love to hear your favorites, what you think that criteria should be. We talked about a lot. I don't know there's a definitive answer, but
Yep.
it is a fun thing to debate. So please let us know, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what your favorite Christmas movie is or what you think makes a Christmas movie, because we're still trying to figure it out and would love to hash that out in the comments with you. So we have a couple other videos coming up soon. Maybe a little unboxing action because RPG and Board Game Mail has been good. A few early Christmas presents. Might be some actual Christmas presents upcoming. And
Might be some Christmas
some other
presents.
tales from the table. Some stuff we'll be definitely playing.
That's
Some
right, we'll
games
play some
and
more.
checking some stuff out over the Christmas break here. So please let us know. Stay tuned. Check us out. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us all the things. What gives you the feels? What doesn't give you the feels? And be sure to check out our next video. So for Fellowship of Geeks, I'm Jim.
I'm Diane.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.